सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Welcome to the third session on the essence of Vedanta. We have been talking about numerous topics, and of these, a very important subject matter is that of making the correct choice. Choices. Choices are everything, really. Without choice, without the correct choice, there is no framework for leading life, either in one's worldly pursuits or in the spiritual pursuits. And a series of wrong choices can break one's connection to self-growth, emotional maturity, and then when there is an absence of emotional growth, maturity, then there is absence of the pursuit itself. Spiritual pursuit itself gets compromised because we are not making the correct choices. We talked in the last session about dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, the four things that all human beings pursue at some point or the other in one's life. Of these four pursuits, dharma is something that is already gained, is already innate in oneself. Only after pursuing it we find that we knew about it already. To do the right thing is not something that is taught. It is there, inherent, innate in the person. That's why even a 2-year-old who has been told by the mother, you cannot eat one more cookie. And then as soon as the mother goes out of the room, what does it do? Put the hand in the cookie jar. And then let's say the mother comes back, even the 2-year-old will look guilty. It has not been to Sunday school. It has not learnt anything. But still, it knows. Dharma is already there in us. It has to be discovered and adhered to in the face of challenges, in the face of adversity. And then artha and kama, we find out, are wrong purusharthas. Why are they wrong? They are wrong because they are built up on false premises. Artha, security. The pursuit of security assumes that one is inherently insecure and one has to, quote-unquote, become secure. The pursuit of kama, desirable things, also assumes that one is inherently undesirable and one has to become desirable, acceptable, happy, only after getting various desires met. One assumes that one is an insecure and a wanting person. One is always wanting, one is always insecure, one assumes that. True, these assumptions have an experiential component. One experiences oneself as miserable, one experiences oneself as unhappy, and then because of this, there is a assumption this must be true. But as we pointed out in the last session, sleep is a very big teacher. In sleep, nobody is insecure. In fact, one is snoring very securely. In sleep, no one is unhappy. One is very, very happy in sleep. As I pointed out, even if you are unhappy in sleep, other people are very happy that you have gone to sleep because they don't have to deal with you. So, in this way, we find that these experiences are just time bound, they are just there, they rise and fall like the sun, like the moon. They are here now, they are not here now. And to give them this reality is a false premise based on how I go about life. It's a false pursuit. So, after dharma, when one gains dharma, the only thing left to gain is moksha. Gaining moksha is not very popular. Moksha as a pursuit is not very popular. Mocha, espresso, yes, very popular. Yeah. But you say moksha, then it is not very popular because it is not well understood. What is this moksha? Is not understood. And we think it is some kind of a special experience. So we have ice cream happiness, chocolate cake happiness, and so many other small happinesses. And then after that, what else is there? One more thing to experience is what? Moksha, happiness. This is not understood properly. If moksha is one more experience, then gaining moksha is not going to make me any wiser at all. I have already so many things that come and go, and adding to that one more thing that comes and one more thing that goes, what is the use? What is the use? No use at all. And so therefore, moksha has to be understood as that where I am free to enjoy everything without needing anything. This is moksha. It is already attained. I am already mukta, free. This moksha has to be understood properly as my own nature, that is away from me for want of knowledge. It's like having the glasses on the forehead on the head. You
Astrid.
put glasses on the head and then look for it everywhere. Where did it go? What
Astrid.
happened? What happened? How did this go? Where did it go? And then because of that, what happens? I don't need to do tapas. I don't need to stand on one leg. Will the glasses come back if I stand on one leg? No. And then I don't need to pray, oh God, please give me my glasses. This is why God does not have cable TV. Okay? Yeah. We become entertainment. Every jiva is a reality channel. So that also is not going to help. What is needed is for a good Samaritan to say, "Oh, your glasses are already there. They are already gained. You just have to understand it. That's how this pursuit is. And to make sure that we choose the right option in life, that we go beyond Arthakama to choose moksha. The Kathopanishad presents two roads. There is a fork in the road. I'm walking, suddenly the road splits into two. One is marked Shreyas, one is marked Preyas. Nowhere to go. The GPS here is not very helpful unless it is Guru Paduka Stotram. Then it will be helpful. It's not very helpful. So then I crane my neck and see, because I want to make an informed choice. Let's see what's over here. First road, and then let's look at the second road, and then see as far as the eye can go. And then I will decide this is easy if I can look. But alas, there too I can only see up to the bend. Both of them are curving, not towards but away from one another. They are curving away, so I can only see up to the first bend. The first road, called Prayas, is eminently familiar. It's like a big fair. Lots of noise, lots of people jostling. Some are even pushing some others, and some are falling. Some are picking themselves up. Of course, some are laughing. I concentrate on that. Some are crying. I try to ignore that. And there's a lot of food, there's a lot of activity. I know this road. In fact, looks like I just came from there. Let's look at the next road. Oh, no shops, no activity, a silence. But where are the people? I strain my eyes, I squint them and look into the distance. A few people in orange are moving. What do you feel like choosing? If we are honest with one another, what will we choose? We will choose the first path because it is familiar. The other path unknown, unfamiliar, yet there is a certain attraction, there is a certain pull because it has tranquility. And it is, as far as one can see, no one is complaining on the second road. No one is sad. No one feels unfulfilled. No one appears to be restless. Therefore, the Kathopanishad, in describing these paths, says, Anyat Shreyaha, Anyat Utaiva Preyaha, Te Ubhe Nanarthe Purushassinitaha, Tayoho Shreyaha Adadhanasya Sadhu Bhavati, Hiyate Arthat Yahu Preyo Vrinite. Two paths are there, Shreyas and Preyas, and they are different from one another. They are not the same. Both of them bind the person to make a choice, says Lord Yama in the Kathopanishad to little Nachiketa as part of this teaching. Because both of them are binding, because you have to choose one or the other. If you don't choose, the default choice is what? Preyas, the delightful, not Shreyas, the ultimate. That which is delightful is time-bound, and that which is ultimate, of course, is delightful, but that which is delightful need not be ultimate. Both of them are there. They bind the person, they force the person to choose. And out of these, the one who chooses Shreyas is the blessed being. Says the Upanishad. The one who chooses Preyas falls off the face of all Purusharthas. Not even Dharma the person gets, not even Artha, not even Kama, what to talk of? Moksha. Very interesting. Falls off. Meaning, even in life, there are goals, there are ambitions, there are things that one would like to achieve. There are desires that are legitimate, dharmic desires, and pursuing these, one can still have a temperament for pursuing Shreyas. But the choice in the heart must be very, very clear. It must be absolutely clear what is it that one is pursuing. Because without this framework, one falls off all goals and ambitions because the infrastructure is not there. If the ultimate goal is not somewhere at least in view, all other choices get compromised. There is also one more mantra in the Kathopanishad talking about Shreyas, Moksha, Preyas, everything else. Shreyascha Preyascha Manushyametaha Tau Samparitya vivinakti dhiraha. Both Shreyas and Preyas approach the human being. The wise one who has viveka, discrimination. Discrimination between what and what? Nitya and anitya. Nitya, forever. Anitya, not forever. Nitya, infinite. Anitya, finite. Nitya, timeless. Anitya, time-bound. So the wise one knows that whatever I pursue is time-bound. Think about it. Whatever you pursue is time-bound. Education, time-bound. That's why the degree is 4 years. And then you do a master's, that's 2 years. Then you do something else, that also is time-bound. And then every other pursuit in life is time-bound. All unions is until separation. Even in the marriage vow, what do they say? Until death do us part. So practical observation. Like this, whatever can be seen, can be heard, can be objectified, is bound by time. This, the one with viveka, has understood very well. So therefore, the viveki, the one who has viveka, here called as dhira, the brainy one, the one who has made the right choice, chooses Shreyas. And then the manda, who is the opposite of dhira. Dhira, wise. Manda, what is manda then? Dull, otherwise, not wise. Other than wise. Otherwise. And so, the manda means slow reflexes, full of tamas. You call the person and they answer tomorrow. Yes, you wanted me? This kind of a person. And not that they don't have intellect, they do, but it is mired in various time-bound pursuits and not available to make the right choice. And so therefore, they always, repeatedly, the Upanishad says, keep choosing what? Pray yes. One life gone. Next life, pray yes. That life also gone. Third life, pray yes. It just becomes a routine habit without questioning. Then we have to ask the question, why do they do that? Why do people just keep doing this again and again and again? And the Upanishad answers, Mando preyaha yogakshemat vrinite. Because they are very, very frightened of not getting their needs met. They are very, very scared of not having their wants addressed. They feel like they are the movers and shakers of their own life. They feel that they have to cling to reproducing whatever it is that they like, whatever it is that they want, without which they are under the grip of great insecurity. This is what is meant by yoga and kshema. Yoga here is not yoga as we know, asanas. Yoga means the gain of that which is to be gained. Kshema means after something is gained, I have to protect it fiercely. Why? Because somebody else may take it away. It is mine. The whole world is divided into two. Mine, yet to be mine. This is how the division is. Not yet mine, and then mine. So what is mine has to be protected. If you come near, what will I do? Growl at you. Go away. Why? Samskaras of being a dog in the last life. Yeah. Territorial. Very, very territorial dogs are. They protect the territory. And then, what is mine, I have to protect. Because it has been gained with a lot of effort. And so, it's mine, not yours, I have to protect. And then, what is not mine, what do I have to do? I have to gain. When you're not looking, I have to take that away from you. In this way, this is like a base survival instinct level life, which most of us, alas, lead. The driver of this life is fear. Insecurity, fear, great fear. Fear of not having what I want, fear of not getting what I want, fear of not being able to protect what I already have. Because of this fear, these two fears, one makes the wrong choices repeatedly, choosing prayers, remaining on the level of a mediocre life at best. And not that one is happy with a mediocre life, no. One is meant for great pursuits. One is meant for liberation. This human life is extremely suitable for the pursuit of enlightenment. Because only in this upadhi, in this particular name and form, in this particular body-mind sense complex, can we desire for the highest and the most ultimate form of freedom, freedom from being a wanting person, freedom from being an insecure person, freedom from being a discontented, complaining person. If we were any other animal form, we would not need the Upanishads at all. Many people tell me, oh, my dog listens to your online classes. I say, he does not need it. You need it. He or she does not need it. But it is cute. I got sent a photo of the dog in front of the iPad. This cute dog He was inside its little mattress, sleeping, sitting, and the iPad with my face was there, and then that photo got sent to me. Very, very sweet. But the dog is free of complexes. We are not. Huh? A dog does not think, oh, I think I need a manicure, I need a pedicure, I need a facial, I need to be more acceptable. Dog does not have problems. Dog is free of complexes. Therefore, it doesn't need the Upanishad. If you give it the Upanishad, what will it do? Swaha. Yes, Swaha means it will assimilate it. Not in the way you think. Okay. Then that cannot be an excuse to not study. You cannot say the dog ate my Upanishad. I can't say that. So therefore, this knowledge is for you, for the one in this particular form, a very interesting form. This body, this mind, these senses, free enough to know myself and free enough also to judge myself when I do not know myself. Free enough to pursue this knowledge. This is already gained. It's only for the human being. And if I have a human form, then Shreyas is the only choice there. But. Not but. Because I have so many desires. And you only said, in describing the road called Shreyas, there was hardly anybody there. And the few that were there were wearing what color? Orange. Yeah. I don't want to be wearing orange. I want, can I have a little bit of both? A little bit of Shreyas, a little bit of prayas, a little bit of samsara, a little bit of moksha. What is the answer? No. Because they are not even parallel paths, they are divergent paths. Completely different they are. And so, you have to choose one. But I don't want to be a sannyasi, I already told you. Orange is not my color, it doesn't even look good on me. So why would I choose this life? You don't have to. The good news is, you don't have to be a sannyasi. A few of us that are crazy, make this choice. But everybody doesn't have to do that. Shreyas is not about lifestyle. Shreyas is about the correct choice in life, which is freedom from continuing to be a wanting, complaining, discontented, unsatisfied, sad, afraid person. That is moksha. If I put it in these terms and I say, who doesn't want moksha? Who will raise their hand? Hopefully no one. Because this is something which everybody wants. No matter where one goes, this is what one wants. You ask anybody, in any language, in any country, Do you want to be free from being a complaining, uncompassionate, non accommodative, dissatisfied, sad, and afraid person? What will they say? Yeah, I want to be like this only. Nobody will say that. Nobody in their right mind will absolutely say that. This shows that moksha, once understood, is very, very attractive, very, very beautiful choice. A choice that, once made, assures us that we will get our yoga and kshema. We will get our wants and needs because moksha is the pursuit of the timeless, infinite. The timeless, infinite being my own self. Everything is included because that which is limitless includes prayas and includes shreyas, includes everything. Nothing at all is left out in this choice, and this is a choice which is a blessing choice, and it orients the life to a particular goal. And so one can continue doing what one is doing while keeping the goal in view. We cite often an example here to assimilate this better. It's like going to the airport. You have to go to the airport. But you find out as soon as you set from your house, you get a text message saying that the plane is late by a couple of hours. Now what? You are very, very early. You don't want to go back to the house. So you think, oh, I have some time. Let me go and get something to eat. Because there is no food on the plane, let me get some food. When you go to the shop, the grocery shop, when you are in the grocery shop, where is it that you are headed? Airport. The answer to every question I ask is airport, okay? So you're not shopping for the whole week? No. You don't buy all kinds of things because you're not going home. You just get something small that you can eat on the plane. And then you come out, you find you have more time. Maybe you run a few more errands, you go to the dry cleaners, or you pick up something or drop off something. When you're doing that, where are you headed? Airport. Yes. And then you find you have still more time. And then you decide to visit a friend who lives near the airport. All the time you are airport oriented. You may be doing many things. Then with your friend you go out for coffee. While you are having the coffee, where is your destination in the mind? Airport. That's where you're headed. So, 3 hours you were out and about in the world, but the mind was where? Airport, 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 airport. This example works because moksha is like taking off. Yeah. You don't lose sight of the airport. Similarly, our choice of moksha must be like that. in and through the pursuit of various purusharthas, various desires, like what? Education, job, marriage, children, grandchildren, building a house, going on a cruise. So many things one does. Where is one headed? Don't say airport now, okay? Where is one headed? Moksha. That is choosing Shreyas. It doesn't mean that you become a sannyasi. You have seen the choices in the mind, sifted the ones that are time bound and the one that is timeless. And you're focused on the timeless, even as you're living in the world of the time bound. This is very beautiful because when the sights are on the timeless, when Shreyas is chosen, Preyas comes for free. And you never missed anything after all. You just realized this, that you had to put your playthings away for a bit to gain the mental and emotional discipline. But those playthings never went away. You may still love to play with them, but the previous addictive quality is not there anymore because of this inner growth, simply by making this particular choice of prayers. That longing is not there. The longing has gone because there is a sense of belonging. All because of the correct choice that has been made. One is like a grown-up playing with a child. The child may have a small car, and then you also go take the car, make all the sounds of the car, and then make the car go forward and back. But no longer do you have a longing to have the car and take it home. Snatch it from the child and say, mine. No? You are a fulfilled person. You have played with the car, you know what it is like, you are grown up, and even though you might still like to play, you might still be collecting it, playing it, that addictive quality, that without this car I am of no use, is not there. There is a freedom. That is the blessing of Shreyas, is that it gives this freedom. And therefore, we have to choose very, very, very carefully. In fact, making the choice of Shreyas is known as the second blessing in life. The first blessing means, we already discussed, the first blessing is having a human body. The second blessing is the ability to choose moksha, to desire this freedom from being a relentlessly wanting, complaining, lacking person. Then, the third blessing is taking this desire to the correct place, which is the Upanishads and the mouthpiece of the Upanishad, which is the teacher. The third choice is seeking the teacher from whom this can be understood. Why does one need a teacher? We talked about it at length yesterday. Now I shall suffice it to say that the Upanishad needs to be activated and made alive through the operation of various pedagogies, tools, because of which one can understand oneself. The teaching has to penetrate the thick walls of refusal, resistance, blocks, fears, notions about myself, about the world, about God, about other people in the world. This has to do. That's why the reading doesn't help. If you read Tattvamasi, what will happen? Nothing. Nothing will happen. Business as usual, because you will think it's meant for somebody else, not me. Tat, somebody else, asti, not me. I'm not this Brahman. I'm not this limitless one. I'm not the glorious one. I'm the inglorious one. I'm the finite one. I'm the limited one. So if I read, I do not own up the words of the Upanishad because I myself come in my own way. My own infrastructure comes in the way. Therefore, it is advisable not to read the Upanishads, even though we have many translations. That which gets through the thick forest of raga, dvesha, strong preferences and prejudices, and that which gets through the thick fog of resistance, disbelief, anxiousness, tears, and various notions about oneself is through the hearing of the knowledge. True, the hearing also there are biases. Biases are there in the hearing as well, but they are far fewer than if one is allowed to just read the Upanishads. Those biases are far fewer because it is a one-on-one transmission and there is a eagerness to be transformed, and so the knowledge works. How do we know it works? Because there is a whole lineage of gurus. In fact, there are many lineages of gurus and students who then became gurus, and their students who will then become gurus. This is something very miraculous, extremely miraculous. So therefore, the listening has to happen. And what is it that we are listening to? We are listening to the end of samsara by redefining the I, not as this morose, sad, conflicted, restless, incomplete individual. That identity is given up, and the I notion, the ahankara, the ego, is not killed off. No, thank God. In fact, the ego, which is kicking and crying and screaming and having a tantrum like the child in the toy shop, is led gently by the Upanishad, by the teacher, to understanding that it is the whole, it is Brahman, it is Ishvara, because that is in keeping with one's own desire. And how is this accomplished? It's a process of conscious and a strategic disidentification with the body-mind complex and a re-identification with my own glory. Because when the disidentification takes place, when the wrong identities and the finite identities are dropped, all that is left is the infinite. And so, first we shake out this entity called I. Who am I? You have to shake it off. Like harvesting potatoes. When the potatoes are harvested, along with the potatoes, what do you have? Lot of clumps of dirt. Non-potato also comes along with potato. So you gently beat the potato on the side of the field right there. Repeatedly beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. And the non-potato goes, non-potato goes, non-potato goes. What is left? Potato. Satchidananda is potato. Okay? I am an idiot. Non-potato. I don't belong. Non-potato. I don't love myself. Non-potato. All that is first, I am as good as the body. Non-potato. I am as good as the mind. Non-potato. I am as good as the senses. Non-potato. I am as good as my limitations. Non-potato. Non-potato, non-potato, non-potato gone. What is left? Satchidananda. Potato is equal to Satchidananda. Okay? This is called Tvam Pada Vichara, an analysis into the word you. What is left when you shake out all the other things that are finite, time bound, and just purely false? What is left? You know the answer. What is left? Satchidananda. Yes. Consciousness. That's what is left. I am awareness. I'm aware of everything. I'm aware of these finite identities. I'm even aware of my ignorance. All that is dropped. All that is there is Satchidananda, the nature of this consciousness which is existent, which exists, which is whole, which is free of limits, and which is sentient. This is what is left. And you do the same thing on Ishvara's side. This entity called Ishvara, of whom I am slightly afraid. Why? Because giver of the fruits of my karma. Sometime the karma will come from somewhere. Karma attack will happen. And who is the giver of the karma? Bhagavan, Ishvara, God. So always there is a little fear. Stay away. Yes, I'll come to see you. Don't come to see me. This is the feeling. And that also we do a potato harvest on this side also. And what we call Ishvara is all what? Got a lot of epithets. Creator of the universe, big crown, big status, sustainer of the universe, and then resolver of the universe, huge status. All that is non-potato, non-potato, non-potato. These are just roles. What is left? What is left? You know the answer. Satchidananda, yes, correct. Don't be shy to say that. We have to hug Satchidananda. because that is the truth of oneself. So this side also what is left? Satchidananda. That side also what is left? Satchidananda. This is how the equation is made. In this most holy, most sacred, most wanted, most beloved knowledge, which repatriates ourselves to the correct home from where there is no need to go away. And the name of that home is Om. Om is home. And how to prepare ourselves and a little more about all this we will see in the next session, which is tomorrow at noon. It is at 11? Yes. Oh, okay. My mistake. It is at 11 o'clock. Yeah. All right. 11:30? Okay. Does anybody want to say 11:45? Okay. 11:30 tomorrow. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. Thank you.
Hari Om Swamiji ji.
Oh,
Om
oh, very nice.
Namaste Swamiji ji.
Om
Om
Namah
Namah Shivaya. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji ji. Thank you.
Hare Om.